Jessica Jones, need an endurance check, please.
Okay. All right.
Now you'll just have to look at my creepy picture that's just smiling way too big at everyone's actions.
You have a look like, I'm going to win. Y'all are going to lose. I am the game master.
All right.
Ooh, I just
Vanessa?
hit the green. So.
Okay. So that means that you, instead of being, it's just a green? Okay. So you are slammed one area into the elevator and all the way back where Nomad, Daredevil's about to be, Black Widow, etc. You are slammed into the elevator, into the back wall. And because of the sheer strength that this particular supervillain possesses, that is going to be 50 points of damage.
Ouch.
Luckily enough, you have body resistance of excellent, which is going to negate 20 of that, so you'll only take the 30.
Okay, sweet.
Yay for being superpowered. All right. But that being said, that was the action, and this particular character has remarkable airspeed, and basically you were just a slight little speed bump on her route up the elevator shaft, where it looks like, I think, Daredevil, you were about to be climbing down, but we've got Black Widow and we've also got Nomad all kind of sitting there. There's no opportunity attack or attack of opportunity, depending upon which edition you're like happily following in this particular game. So she buzzes right by all of you and gets all the way up to the top of the elevator shaft and blasts into that minimum security area where Domino is facing off with what looks to be, as best as she could figure, a man made of water. So now that having been said, we're going to go back to the top of the round, and we've got Daredevil. You're up.
Okay. So she moved so fast that she's even by like where I am at that level, the that sort of secondary level, and she's up to the top already.
That is correct. Remarkable airspeed is pretty fast.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna try and instead of go down, I'm gonna Billy Club up and try and get up and to her as quickly as possible.
Okay. So an example of remarkable airspeed, by the way, let's see here. Something along the lines of just shy of a commercial jet.
That is very fast.
So very, very fast. Let's see here. Remarkable airspeed. There we go. 225 miles per hour. Anyways, so you take your billy club and shoot the grappling hook and swing up into the level above you. With Daredevil, I'm going to say that there's really no need for a roll. That's kind of like a Tuesday for him. So you go ahead and do that as a part of your movement. And you see Domino facing off with, again, looks like a man in a jumpsuit made out of water.
How did they get the jumpsuit to fit? Sorry.
That was worth it.
That was more like a Peter Parker thing right there. So the fight is happening closer than where she's just pretty much gone at this point. Like I'm unless I attach, can I attach the billy club to her as she's flying?
Well, okay, so she's not gone because there were two right-hand turns. So let's just be on 90-degree turns. That's not, I don't care how fast you can go. That's
start and stop.
There's only so fast you can go in that enclosed area. So yeah, I'm going to say you certainly have a chance. Daredevil's billy club can kind of whip around and do all that. You have multiple, and you almost lost one in the last encounter, but you were able to get it back. So luckily for a thorough player last time.
Actually, so good. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to say make an agility feat, which is going to be incredible. Okay. However, you have the weapon specialist billy club, which is going to give you 2 column shifts. So that's going to put you up to monstrous.
That sounds very good then.
Seeing the eyebrows go up, like, wait, monstrous?
It just sounds cool.
Doesn't it?
That's really the best of it. Okay, 63 monster is 63 is in the yellow.
Okay. So what you are attempting to do is technically a strength-based check because you're trying to grapple onto this person, but you're using an object that you had to throw. So that's why, you use the one that you needed. But a yellow with a grapple is a lock. So now she does have a chance to kind of get out of this, and I'm going to use her true flight as her dodging because that's where she's now trying to get up to speed. So let's see if she's able to do that. Not when you roll an +6. So you are able to grab hold of her ankles, and she literally stops. The question, though, is, are you going to be able to hold on to her?
Very good question.
Well, I guess we'll have to find out in a second. All right, so jumping back in, we have a superpowered and enhanced individual that has been flying up out of elevator shafts and is trying to get grappled by Daredevil's Billy Club. You were able to get it. Unfortunately, you're going to need to make a check so that you also don't go flying as well. So she would come to a complete stop, or you go flying, depending upon how things go. So based on that, what role would you like to make in this situation? How do you think you might handle that?
I guess the first thought would be the Billy Club's stronger than I am. Is there anything that I can take my end and throw onto, or at least get an end on, like maybe like some stairs, like wrap around like a railing, or some piping? This piping wouldn't be the best, but something that I would think would be stable.
Yeah. So, and this is the nice part about this system is that you can really kind of choose your reactions sometimes and let it be kind of cinematic. So we'll try the bandwidth without the background and see if that helps a little. Okay. So just thinking, oh crap, I can see how fast she's moving. This is not going to end well. Yeah, you see that. I mean, just thinking about the doorway to an elevator, just in and of itself, like there is all kinds of like little crevices and cavities and hooks and whatever. So your instinct, you totally just grab it, throw it in there, boom. Your incredible strength Billy Club is being contested by her remarkable airspeed. So I need to roll a yellow, because it's one column shift difference, to be able to snap the strength of the line. So I'll have you know that I needed a 66 or better, and I rolled a 56. So she just, boom, stops, and you can hear a kind of, I mean, she's pretty tough. So it's not like a sickening crunch or something as if like a smushy person had done this, if a smushy person flies. But no, instead it was almost like a cracking of stone. Like the scene comes to my mind of like Lady Deathstrike, I think it was, in Wolverine about to ready to square off, and they both like kind of crack their knuckles and that adamantium like crack. It kind of has that feeling of snap to it. And then she kind of drops and lands on the floor, the metal floor, stands up, looks at you, and you can see a burst of light blooming around her as she's getting ready to. Anyway, so Jessica Jones, you're up. It's not her turn yet.
Okay. So obviously I'm angry because I just got laid out. I want to jump back up.
Okay.
Did I see which way she went?
Oh, all the way up. We'll say
Okay.
you were lying flat back on the floor of the elevator looking up. Right?
Yeah, let's go all the way up because it's not happening.
Yeah, sure. Your strength is remarkable. So, and technically, according to the show, according to canon, she mostly leaps. She doesn't really fly. She doesn't do it anymore because she gets airsick, right?
Right.
Well, go ahead and roll that remarkable strength of yours, but I'm gonna give you one column shift up because of well, she's pissed off. Let's just do it. It just feels right. One column shift. So rolling an incredible.
All right. So. Awesome. I'm in the greenish yellow.
You're in the greenish yellow. Okay, there it is. So leaping all the way up, able to, and you kind of grab on your fingers, kind of denting the metal as you grab the top of the ridge of the elevator, and let's say for cinematic purposes, kind of leapfrog Daredevil and land right in front of him, which means directly in front of you is that same perfect billowing blooming light that you saw a moment ago. And to your immediate left is the stairway, and right in front of the stairway is the man made of water and Domino. But you can see that the shield repair team has kind of gotten back on their feet and they're starting down the stairs again. So we'll circle back to that in just a moment because that they go on Widows. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, so that was your movement. You technically have an action.
What is she doing right now? She's just glowing.
She's glowing as if she's about to sort of emit some sort of energy emission of light, of laser, something.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit her right back down the shaft.
So you're in between her and the shaft.
Oh, okay.
So you kind of leapfrogged over Daredevil, but you're still but she's still on the other side, as in the escape side of things. But yeah.
Okay, so she still has a chance to get away.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Can I grab her and keep her from running?
You can certainly try.
Okay, let's try that. So she doesn't. Oh, she better not explode.
It's like, don't give him ideas. Anyway, okay. So what you're going to try and do is you're going to try and grapple. So that's a strength check against that remarkable strength.
Okay.
But it's remarkable. You got to get a pretty good shot. So, yeah, go for it.
All right.
This is one of those contested rolls. Okay, well, that's a green. That's good. All right. So you, depending upon how things go, you have earned a partial hold, but we'll see if that happens. So that's going to be 2 shifts down. Okay. So now, what number did you roll on remarkable? This is going to be important.
Who, me?
Yep.
Yeah, I got shoot. It's a 40 something. I don't know. I moved my dice by then. I think it was a 43. It was a light yellow. I mean, light green.
Yep. I think that sounds about right. Okay. So moving 2 column shifts to the left would put you in the white. So, but here's the thing is that you reach out to grab, and she's pretty tough because you punched her and it was concrete.
Yeah.
You go to grab her by the shoulders and your hands pass right through her. As if she's made of light.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what happened is that she basically had -2 CS or -2 column shifts to your roll because of the way she did. So CS is column shift, if that helps. Okay, great. Now, Black Widow, you're standing on top of an elevator. And just 1, 2.
Well, I'm gonna go back up. I'm gonna follow the action.
Okay. Connect. All right, you're able to
do the cable, and I'm like, na.
There's your movement. You get up pretty quick. And looking out the elevator door, you see obviously Daredevil doing that cool 3-point sort of stance.
Superhero landing.
Of course. And Jessica Jones, who has literally just swung and a miss, trying to grab hold of this female enhanced individual. And it's interesting because you kind of get there to catch the tail end of this, is where she literally, her arms kind of pass through it, and you can see that she kind of goes translucent for a second and then kind of reforms. So you're at a moment where there's a gray area as you're kind of seeing almost through her, but then not.
Can I use my electro blaster and blaster?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna blast her.
Go for it.
Um,
So that's going to be an agility roll, which starts out at remarkable, but then your weapon specialist of your Widow's Bite is going to give you 2 shifts. So that's actually going to be on the amazing column. Go for it.
100.
Okay. Nice. All right. So here's the deal. That sort of phasing coming in and out of physical existence that's happening right now, you are tactical, and you wait and time it. You can see Jessica Jones and arms go through as she just kind of blunders into it because she wasn't expecting this to be a thing, and then all of a sudden you see that kind of like the flesh of her skin kind of solidify and then out and solidify and out as she's kind of phasing in and out of her physical existence, and bam, and you just strike her for remarkable energy damage. Now, just out of curiosity here,
now, would it be the remarkable damage or the amazing damage? Because I had the column shift.
Great question. The column shift applies only to your attack roll, not to the damage.
Okay.
So but now, because of that, she's going to take that full damage. So she is down. Okay, so she is down a good bit. It helps to write down hit points when you're doing multiple things. Okay, cool. Yeah, it strikes her and she staggers back and kind of looks at you. And as she's starting to try to turn and to run, because of your 100, let's just say there's usually some sort of a fun effect. She forgets that wrapped around one of her legs is a steel cable from a billy club. And she kind of staggers for a second. And I'm going to have that be a loss of her turn. Domino.
I have a man made of water
Mhm.
standing before me.
Mhm.
They're off to the right, dealing with phase shift, whoever.
Mhm.
He's made of water.
I mean, he looks like it. Yeah. I mean, not all of him. His head's still there, but like his arm, like he's turning into water as he tries to punch you, and he kind of brings it back, and then parts of him are kind of morphing in and out of this liquid form. Almost like a water elemental that can take on some human form, or a human that can take on water elemental form, and kind of morphing in between that. Anyway.
Well, I'm going to use one of the throwing blades.
Okay.
Rather than getting up close just to see what happens.
I think that sounds fun. Let's do it.
So with the talent of thrown weapon.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that means it's going to, so Weapon Master, Marksman, Thrown Weapons, a lot of those overlap and stack, but you only get 2 maximum column shifts for talents, so your agility is going to go from incredible up to monstrous.
Okay.
And you're going to flip-flop whatever number you feel. That's cool.
Monstrous. I'm going to use my 2 karma points to get me in the red. I had an 84.
Okay. So your throwing blade does excellent edged damage. So Now, if you look at throwing edged under agility, you can see that a red is a kill shot. One quick moment of clarification is a kill result is a total party karma wipe, reset to 0. So my thought might be to withhold those couple karma so you don't get in the red,
Okay.
so that you don't kill him.
Yes, let's do that.
There you go. Okay. But I will say that you are near enough there, and with that, your damage with this particular individual. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Actually, you know what? Nah. With Domino, I think I'm gonna take that back. You probably would have spent the karma. Let's be honest.
She
Playing
did use
character.
somebody's hand to try and restart the
Yeah.
elevator.
So let's just put it this way. Your remarkable damage, you can see the knife going in and you've got a throat shot. You know you are Adam's apple center. The moment the knife tip hits this, you can see the little bit of water below and your knife disappears into that watery body, sinks, and then falls out of his leg. And he shakes it off as if it didn't affect him one bit.
Fantastic.
Gotta love resistance to physical attacks at amazing. Alrighty. Anyways, Nomad. You're here all alone. No, sorry.
I'm using backs there with him.
You are all right. So you're getting back up.
I'm getting back up there.
Okay. We'll call it your move. You're familiar enough with those discs and the grappling hook. You get back up.
I'm going to see one person in front of me. And utilizing, I have a collapsible staff. Because I don't want to use my shotgun because it'll be ricocheting and everybody might get mad because I hit him or something. And Jessica Jones will want to punch me in the face. And then I just want to get out of there. Just want to get these people out of here so I can take off. So using my collapsible staff, do let's see, what is it? A throwing blunt at her.
Okay.
A blunt attack.
Let's do it. So that's going to be remarkable. But you've got a talent for blunt weapons and you have martial arts all. So yeah, you're going to be throwing. It's at least incredible. So let's go ahead. Let's just make it an amazing. Let's keep it simple.
My dice took off on me.
I never should have told you all that story about my dice taking off on me last game because got some copycats in the room.
Ooh.
That's good, huh? Is it a
8.
blue? Oh, well, it's
It's
not a blue.
0, 0, and an 8.
Well, I mean, it's not a white. I mean, it's not a blue, it's a white, so it's just a miss. You send it flying and there it goes. Okay, so Black Widow, just throw a roll for me. This is going to be a popularity check to see if you recognize who either of these individuals are, since you probably have some dossiers on some of the powered individuals. As a leader of SHIELD in a SHIELD prison facility, you might recognize some of these folks.
So let's see here. It would be. I rolled a 69, so.
Okay, great. So you recognize that the powered individual that is phasing in and out, those are pretty specific powers. So her name is Moonstone. And she is, well, let's just put it this way. Dr. Carla Stoffen, I forget which, but anyway, she's a psychiatrist. Kind of an evil street doctor kind of psychiatrist that's not in the best of places mentally. So yeah, and the other gentleman is by the name of Morris Bench, also aka known as Hydro Man. Anyways, both very dangerous. Definitely had to have come from the moderate security level, where let's just say, yeah, the moderate security. So the level down. Keeping it simple. But yeah. Anyways, so it's their turn. Just wanted to make sure that you knew who they were. Okay.
Great. Lovely.
Yeah, I thought I'd let you know. So she recognizes them. All right, so Moonstone lost her turn because of that delicious Widow's Bite zap maneuver. And now, so Hydro Man is going to haul off, and he sees all of this going down, and he sees several powered heroes nearby, and he is done. So he transforms his entire body into a just watery mass, and is basically just arcs out, right? If you think of just a living mass of water that just shoots out several areas at a time. And he is, I mean, he's going to try to get past all of y'all. We'll see how that happens. So he transforms most of his body and gets most of the way over. And Jessica Jones, you get a little wet. It's strange because that's like a water man thing, but it kind of splashes over you and you kind of just, and he reforms his body on the other side, and just on the other side of Moonstone, and kind of stands up and looks back, and he just is getting ready to start running. There's a lot of little places and grates and things where water can kind of seep down here. This was made as a facility to be able to submerge underwater, and there's all of this, airflow and everything. So it's just not a really great place for something made out of water. So he just turns back into a human and starts barreling through. Okay, Daredevil, you're up. You are muted.
Yes, I am. So it looks like we have the Starlight looking lady over here, and she's still grappled, right? Even though she's flickering in and out, she's still got that around her leg. Mm-hmm. We don't want anyone getting out.
Yeah. But it is definitely with your intuition that you are sensing her physical entity blipping in and out, and that you're fairly certain that getting out of that little grapple is going to be no problem for her when she has an action.
Yeah, that's where my head is sort of at. I'm gonna chuck the billy club. I'm gonna keep my distance for now. Don't need to get into a physical altercation with two things that don't have physical bodies. It seems like not a great call. Let's chuck the billy club at Moonstone.
Okay. And since she's a little bit phased right now, get it? Dazed, she is not going to get a roll to try to dodge out of the way. Go for it.
Cool. Okay. And this is on the table with the fighting?
So yeah, it'd be agility because you're throwing it, and it's incredible plus the two shifts for your weapon specialist. So
billy club, okay.
Yep. So that would be up to monstrous.
This looks pretty good. 78. And are our karma scores down to 0 right now?
No, they're not, because that was a potential event if the kill shot had been there. But it just didn't do enough damage to actually do anything.
Okay.
So.
Then I have a 78 right now, but I want to pump it up to a 70, an 86 would be in the red, right?
So you are hoping to stun her, in other words, because a throwing blunt
Yes.
at a yellow is a solid hit. So green and yellow solid hits, but when you get to the red, it's a stun, or possible stun.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and spend your karma, and then I will make my endurance check.
Okay, so that's out of the 115. That's
remarkable.
8, right? Okay.
So, she is trying to recover from the widow's bite, and you kind of trips over, kind of falls over herself a little bit, and you can also see she's kind of beaten up a little bit. She's kind of not really on her full footing right now, and as she's starting to try to stand up, you hit her square in the base of her neck, and you can just anywhere nearby sees the light go out in her eyes. And Daredevil, you sense her pulse quicken, and then all of a sudden her breathing becomes a little bit different as she drops unconscious to the floor. And she does not phase out of your lasso any longer. So drops.
That is that. Okay. I think that's me then.
That's
that
you.
Works.
Jessica Jones. You're wet. You missed. Lots of things happened. You turned around. That's.
Do we know anything about Moonstone?
Well, Black Widow does. Sarah's character does. You can certainly make a popularity check to see what you know of Moonstone. See if you've heard of her.
Okay. Well,
Actually,
Black.
Well, because this was her knowledge. She has yet to share anything. So
okay, so she hasn't shared anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we've been kind of busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little.
But yeah, so Moonstone is out, unconscious on the floor, and I'll give you this in for free because you've got similar powers, but she's got the light manipulation thing. Because light, hologram, solid hologram. So she's got essentially light manipulation is her power, and she looks out.
Okay. Trying to see. And the original goal is to get the generator down.
Yep.
To the maintenance shaft. Okay.
Bingo.
And she's not a threat right now.
She's not. No, you've just got Hydro Man.
Of course. Why wouldn't we?
Well, he is on the other side, close to the door into the hallway, which leads out currently.
Okay. Is there anything I can use? Is there anything around I can use to block his exit?
There are a bunch of open cells, prison cells nearby. There's a ladder that you could rip off and try to do something, but you also recall he's made out of water, and
right.
Let's just say he's probably pretty slippery.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, my dad card is showing.
Fluffy. Let's see. Oh shoot, I don't know where to go on this one. Well, I guess. How's the SHIELD team doing getting down?
So they have started moving down, and they'll go on the next initiative order, and they're going to make it down another flight of stairs. So they're almost to the moderate security side. They're not quite to the supermax level yet.
Oh, good Lord, they're slow. Okay.
It's a generator. It's heavy. I mean, you could help speed things along if you want, Miss Incredible or Remarkable Strength, but that's
let's try that. Let's try to get them going because we got a water guy and we got a shiny chick, and these people are gonna escape.
Okay.
So
right.
Let's see if I can help them carry that down.
Sounds good. You make your way over to the stairs and kind of leaping down to the different levels and grab hold of the generator. It was established in the previous couple of sessions that you're able to kind of grab it and throw it up over one shoulder, although it's a lug. It is really heavy. But you are able to grab it and start heading down. We'll say that's your action and your movement, but you're able to get them down quickly to the next flight. So now they're down at Supermax. As you are looking at the door, getting ready to pass the door into the Supermax facility, you see what looks to be a piece of paper kind of laminated on the side of the door there. And you see two names on the door. One of them says Cletus Cassidy, and the other one says Kane Marco. So you see those two names on a laminated piece of paper on the door. So for those that know anything about enhanced individuals, those would be the names of two potential catastrophes if they would be to be released. Anyways, so we'll go ahead and move on. So Black Widow.
So where is everyone in relation? Like I just helped kind of take down the glowy chick.
Yep, Moonstone is out. So she's essentially in the very middle of that sort of the prison cell area for the men's security. She's like in the middle of the room, face down, flat, out cold, breathing. And then kind of behind you is Daredevil, kind of still with one hand on the billy club with the line on it that was grappling her, and Domino's right there as well, and also Nomad. So all of you are kind of like up here now, kind of back by the elevator, and Hydro Man is the one that's he's at the door.
I'm gonna try to stop him. I don't know how. I'm looking.
So you rolled pretty well on your popularity check to see him.
Yep.
Let's see here. Limitations. He's vulnerable from heat and energy attacks. And if you can find some sponges, you can actually mop him up.
Will gas turn him into vapor?
He can be vaporized. He can be vaporized, and it's actually very dangerous for him. So
what kind of gas do I use in my gas launcher? Like,
oh, are you trying to see if it's maybe flammable? Is that where you're going with that?
Right. Or would it just be easier to use my electro blaster again?
So you've got, the electro blaster is going to do, actually you know for a fact that that's going to be a really effective piece there. And it's a range, so it's remarkable, plus your 2 shifts for Weapon Master, so it's going to be on amazing, and it would do remarkable energy doubled, so you do 60 if you're able to hit him.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to go for it.
Okay.
And I'm on amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Oh yeah, we're good. 71. I'm in the yellow.
Okay. Yeah, he did not see that coming. Yeah, well, yeah, bye-bye. Okay, so then. Okay, so you do remarkable damage, but it doubles it, and it's 6, so you do 60 points of damage. But that Electro Blaster, that is a possible stun effect, so I need to roll to see if he is stunned, so we're going to get his endurance on the line here. His endurance is monstrous.
Oh dear.
He is disoriented, but not stunned. So he's a little bit shaken, but not stirred.
Not stirred.
Yes, Thank you for going there. Okay, cool. Domino, you could see that the energy, the electrical blast, really, really shook this guy.
Oh, I'm a little lost, I'm gonna be honest.
No, it's okay. So, looking at Hydro-Man is as by the door to the hallway that basically leads out, and
Jessica Jones went down the stairs.
bingo. And you've got a couple of different options. Let's see here.
So I say all my attacks are physical.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. So
I'd probably be best down the stairs.
okay,
Thinking about it.
okay. Make me an intuition check for me.
$73, which is remarkable. Yellow.
Yeah. The nice thing about comic book and comic book stories is that there's always some sort of convenient thing that happens. And I feel like we're at that moment where something awfully convenient has to happen. Looking around and just out of one last level of frustration where you're getting ready to go downstairs, out of the corner of your eye, you kind of turn back around, looking at all those pipes, and you see one labeled Steam.
Oh, fantastic.
It's not, I mean, this is a comic book, right?
Yeah. Is he near it?
So he's right under it.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit
Lucky
it.
for you.
Lucky for me, with the gun.
Sure. Anytime someone plays domino or long shot or any of these other like probability manipulation characters, you've got to have some moment where, oh, what do you know? It's just got to happen. All right. So make me an agility feat, which starts at incredible, but you've also got guns, weapon master, marksman, military. You've got plenty. So you'll get your full 2 shifts. So that's going to get you all the way up to monstrous. Throw it. Yeah.
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay. Shooting on a yellow, I believe, is a bullseye. So if you look at the universal chart, yep. So yellow is a bullseye. So you hit right where it says Steam, the little center of the A. You pip the ace on that sucker right there, and just and it erupts. Now, steam is pretty intense. It is boiling intensity water, right? So it's essentially like a fire and water attack all at once. So the water's not going to bother him one bit, but the fact that it is superheated is a real big problem. So I'm going to make an endurance check against stun to see if he is able to withstand this. Monstrous is great, but not when you roll in the teens. So so the steam blast just jets down and he's out. That's 60 points from the electrical energy, and then this between those double damage, he's out. It's a little over, but well, with a monstrous endurance, I'll front him the 5 points he went under. He's out. All right, lands, thud, kind of like skipping, thud, 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 swish, like slides in his own puddle of steamy unconsciousness, and then solidifies as a mass of human again, and just kind of just. Poof. Okay. All right, technically we are out of combat.
Super easy, right, guys?
So easy.
There's only a couple hundred more of these. We had to make sure I don't leave.
So I'm going to start backing away while everybody's attention is focused on the other people.
Okay.
Jessica's down there and they're looking at the pretty lady that shines and this water dude and just kind of slowly back away and backtrack. Maybe they won't notice me backing away so they don't throw me in the cell.
Yeah, no, I see you.
Yeah, I was gonna just Black Widow.
Yeah, no, you're
What is he?
Come
What's
here.
he in for? You got the full rap sheet,
You.
right?
Mirror.
Come get me.
Really.
Bring it.
This is me laughing at you, by the way.
It's about what we discussed. What are you guys going to do? Let me go?
We didn't discuss
Well,
anything.
Exactly. What are we going to do?
What are
I
you going
helped
to
you
do?
guys. I helped you guys.
Maybe
No,
we
I
can
just
get
threw
him,
in here. It was just,
you know.
it was a misunderstanding. I'd like you guys to just do things a little differently.
I love how the one person that would most vehemently advocate for Nomad is at the bottom of the stairs with the
moving the
shield
generator.
team. His name is Frank. I'm just man right now.
I'm just going to consult with the lawyer over here.
Is there a lawyer? I don't see a lawyer.
You're funny.
What was he in for? I mean, maybe there could be something with pull some shield strings for him. I'm sure that this is the end of whoever's going to be breaking out of here. I mean, if this fella wants to stay right here, right now, maybe he can give some an early release, maybe some extra yard time. I don't know how it works here. Again, I don't know the law.
Man, it's a government.
Extra yard time.
And I sit there, I help them do whatever it is. They juice me up, then they lock me up. All I try to do is
All right.
bad
You
guys.
You can have 2 soups, a little extra canteen.
Now listen,
So
some pile of planet baloney.
So, Sarah, I have typed what the dossier says about him. The exact charge is, well, I can be up to Bill. but but that's what his dossier says about him. You can see that.
Jaywalking.
Excessively violently jaywalking. What does that look like anyways?
Kind of impressive.
How about it, Bill? What does excessively violent jaywalking look like?
Well, it was more for double parking. I asked him not to block my truck. They always block my truck. So I kind of helped them along with the tow truck after I shot out all theirs and caught their truck on fire. Got them out of the way and they won't double park anymore. But no, everyone's like, that's too bad. You know, we've got to follow these rules, but they're blocking this rule. Trying to mind my go hunt people down and make bounties. Crap. This is just garbage. It's all garbage.
Yeah,
There was that guy
we gotta
in
get
the
the
bar.
Yeah, no, we got to get the power up. I don't have time for this.
A earth shattering, which is interesting to note that you're in an underground building that's actually underwater. So the idea of an earth shattering vibration that occurs is a little disconcerting. But an earth shattering seismic activity is felt. Daredevil, go ahead, give me an intuition check. I'm going to give you -2 column shifts for the dampening effect on this particular sound because of the depth that you're in right now.
So extreme. Okay. this is going to be under Incredible then?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So only on Incredible for your intuition.
56 is in the green.
Okay.
Yes.
You feel like you heard for all the world what sounded like a battering ram slam into something of steel way down into the depths of this thing.
That felt like it was on the Supermax level.
Yes, it did.
That's not a good thing.
And Black Widow, you would know that at this point, the security measures for the Supermax are going to be starting to lose power soon. You wouldn't think it would be necessarily this soon unless excessive energy was being spent to keep the facility stable as it is in a river. You're not sure, but I mean, they're just thoughts.
We need the power back up now.
Nomad, what did you do?
I didn't do anything. I'm standing here right in front of you, trying to play.
I did see him with the
case.
paperclip. I
Uh,
don't know. It was really rusty. It's kind of broken, but I saw him with the paperclip.
so I think down we go.
Down we go.
Speaking of down, Domino and Jessica Jones, remember that said seismic event? You feel it. In fact, it almost knocks the feet out from under you.
I thought I was still up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Domino, I thought you had headed down to go help.
Oh, okay. I shot the
Yeah,
steam
yeah.
and then went down. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So, bingo. So you started down the stairs and your feet, like you put your foot down, but there's no step there. It's air and you go straight down. And it's that kind of a jarring jolt. You're able to keep your footing as you're kind of powering down the stairs. Jessica Jones, you, Punisher, and the repair team are a little bit closer to this. You actually almost have a hard time keeping the generator up on your shoulder. You kind of have to like push your hand into the wall to steady yourself. Now, of course, when you do this, the hand goes into the wall a good half inch as you're, leaving a handprint. But you're able to kind of keep keep steady. And did those names sound familiar to anybody? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Just checking.
Yep.
Oh, cool. I didn't want to make any assumptions about previous Marvel knowledge, but yeah. So actually, let's go ahead for, I think it was, it's Jessica Jones. You saw this, the names on the wall there. Go ahead and make a popularity check. Oh, but you've got detective espionage as one of your talents. So go ahead and private investigator and street smart, both actually. I'd say that's both. In fact, let's make it a reason feat up 2 shifts to incredible.
Okay. So I'm going to incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it looks like yellow.
Like, hey, I'm supposed to laugh like that. No, okay. All right. So a yellow. You instantly recognize Cletus Cassidy,
Yeah.
a very infamous serial killer in the Marvel Universe.
Mhm.
But with that, I'm also going to give you Kane Marco as well. His code name is called Juggernaut.
Mhm.
Very dangerous individuals. Incredibly. In fact, this is obviously why they are here where they are. So getting the generator through the door and all of that, it seems to be of the utmost importance at the moment. So what are your thoughts?
And I'm in the Supermax level.
You're at the Supermax level. There's one more level to go down to get all the way down to the maintenance level.
Okay. Is there any way that I can see, are they still in their containment areas?
So at the risk of shutting my entire Zoom down here, I'm just do this is what the looking through the little porthole, the little window, you can see a series of what looks to be containment units for individuals. You're not sure whether or not the containment is holding, but that rumble, the one that we had heard earlier in the session, that rumbles, it's coming from that hallway somewhere.
Okay.
Now, there were other names on that list that you didn't quite recognize. And there are several individuals in that hallway, but those were the names that you recognized. So
Okay.
while you're thinking on that, the rest of the group was heading down. All right. Well, let's say for the sake of time that you make your way down the stairway, and the group is at the edge of the doorway into the mechanical level, and you're able to kind of look down the hall at the very tail end of things, right? So remembering the hallways have this cool looking kind of haze to them. Let's see here. Where did I put it? Ah, there it is. At the end of the hall, you see a door. But before you head that direction, another one of those massive pounding shifts occurs, and the sound of rending metal screeches through the entire facility as the sound just echoes. We are at about the 8-minute mark before we are done with our session, which means that I want to transition into something that this is not necessarily Marvel's superheroic role-playing game official rules. This is more just something that I like to do at my table. And we're going to go round robin in initiative order, and everyone is going to describe to me exactly how the end of this session is for their character. So tell me the last minute actions, thoughts, and all of that, and I'm going to write things down because this will give me a chance to set the next cohort up for success, to start literally to pick up where y'all are leaving off. Okay, so Daredevil, you were first, so give me an idea of what's the ending to this evening's tale.
For Daredevil, he's gonna know that something's coming out. So
he feels it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he'll try and get to a place. Is there anywhere like up above that he can sort of either just get into a dark spot to hide, or maybe something where he's in a grate again? If it's quick enough that he can get up before something comes out to maybe get the drop on whatever does come out.
So you're on the lowest level, and the Supermax is actually one above you. So anything that will be coming from there probably is not going to be coming down, but going up.
Okay, so I need to just get up higher quicker. Yes, right? Or that's the idea?
I mean,
whatever's moving
depends.
out is above still then.
Yes.
Okay, well then
One level.
I guess I'm going to try and go and see if I can get up straight up. Just go straight up. If there's this, I know slightly about what the venting system looks like.
Yeah, I mean, you're able. You could kind of like springboard up the stairs a level relatively quickly.
Okay.
So So springs up the stairway to the Supermax level. Pencil, go away. Don't break.
Yeah, if there's any darkened area or ceiling spot that looks like it would be a little bit harder to see me in, I'd get there.
All right, and you find some shadow. With the way the emergency lighting is, that kind of reddish glow, you are absolutely able to find that, that kind of darkened area. So imagine this lighting, but in a stairway, right? So like in a very tight, cramped stairway. So you're able to find something pretty easily enough.
Well, plus visually with the red, it's just perfect. It looks great.
Right.
I know that.
I know. Great. Just the question is which orange or red clad individual is going to pop through that door, you don't know. Okay, so Jessica Jones, how is the evening ending for you? And feel free to throw in twists, y'all. This
Okay,
is
cool.
this is your chance to help narrate, to contribute to the story. I mean,
Okay.
the last twist that we had threw a scroll in the mix. So, I mean, well, we'll see what happens. We're at the end, so.
All right. So Jessica gives the generator back to the team and tells them to keep going. She runs down to hall where she heard that second bang and the rip, and she sees Juggernaut laughing and coming straight for her. She just looks at him and says, "Hello, Kane." And there you go.
All right.
Now it's not a question.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why I like this part is that I don't know where y'all are going to go. So this is fun. So, okay. So sees Juggernaut. And then we'll even say, "Hey, Kane." Because that sounds great. All right, Black Widow.
I'm gonna grab Nomad by the scruff of the neck and push him at the generator, and let him know that he's got 0.2 seconds to get this fixed and up and the system back online if he wants any hope of there being any discussion of anything other than some extra canteen.
Okay. And charges him with overseeing repairs. Okay. And then because you were here, how do you think, Sarah, how do you think Punisher would react to the news of something like Juggernaut and such? Do you think he would stay with the SHIELD team or join the fun?
Oh, he would absolutely join the fun.
Okay. I'm going to leave it literally, quote, joins the fun. I'm not even we're going to leave it right there. Okay, Domino.
I have misstepped, careening down the stairs, trying to catch my footing
Okay.
before I hit the wall. Before
Okay.
it turns.
I'm wanting to throw something in there about your luck. How might that seal the deal on the ending of tonight's story for you?
Like as the whole thing before or now?
I don't know. I want, how would you, like, if you were writing this story and you had control over the next panel in the comic book for Domino, what would that last panel look like for her?
She caught her footing on the wall before the turn and is using it to help her get down the stairs faster.
All right, so you are able to sort of leapfrog your way down the stairs. Luckily, narrowly missing any kind of injury or injurious fall. Okay, great. Perfect. So it's my turn to add a little bit of a plot twist. So as Kane Marco kind of sees Jessica Jones look over at him and say, "Hey, Kane," his response in true Juggernaut form, he's one of the most powerful, unstoppable entities on the planet. Very inappropriate gesture and a very inappropriate course. Let me get froze. Am I back?
You were kind of
Sort of.
breaking up.
Okay, well, am I back at
Yes.
least? Oh, good. So he makes a rude gesture, a rude comment, very, very, very offensive in every possible nature, and says, "But I don't have time to dance today," and leaps straight up, helmet first, through the steps and clears a couple levels of steps now heading towards the surface, not really not really caring what he blasts through or breaks through on his way up and towards the surface level. The only real thing stopping him, a few unconscious supervillains, Luke Cage, and what appeared to not be Kingpin. So I guess we'll have to find out what happens in our next session. So the next cohort that gets to play Marvel Superheroic with me will be the ones to sort of, I guess, address what's happening, and they'll have to make some decisions. So with that, we'll go ahead and we'll wrap things up, and I'll say thank you all for being here.